Tragedy today on Lake Cumberland. We're still working tonight to learn the names of the two teenage brothers who were killed while enjoying a day at the lake. We brought you the story as breaking news this afternoon. The boys died when their jet ski and a boat collided near the Woodson Bend Resort. They're from Kenton County in northern Kentucky. WKYT's Julia Sandor spoke to the Pulaski County Coroner and shares the dangers that he says comes with the territory. She has our top story at 10 tonight.
And I said, did one of them not make it? And she said, neither.
Pulaski County Coroner Clyde Strunk got the call to go to the Woodson Bend Resort boat dock around 1 o'clock Friday afternoon. This was after a collision between a boat and a jet ski on Lake Cumberland. He says two brothers, ages 18 and 14, died in the crash.
My heart breaks, my heart grieves for them. But summertime in our part of the world here, our lives sometimes is filled with grief because of what takes place on the lake.
He says both boys were wearing life jackets and he believes alcohol was not a factor in the incident. But the lake itself has its own set of risks.
The water narrows up South Fork to a point that sometimes it's not very wide. And if you've got multiple crafts in that area, then it makes the passing lanes somewhat narrower.
He says from Memorial Day to Labor Day, they can see in excess of 100,000 people in the county. While people come to enjoy the summer activities, he says it's important to do so safely.
We live in one of the most beautiful places, I think, in the world, especially in Kentucky. We're blessed, but at the same time, it's a very dangerous place.
In Pulaski County, Julia Sandor, WKYT.
And as of right now, the crash is still under investigation tonight. And